Learn English naturally, just by watching.
Let's improve your English together, one real-life video at a time.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to English with Me, the podcast that helps you speak English with confidence.
Hey everyone, I'm Jacob.
And I'm Olivia. And today is a big one.
Yes, today we are talking about something that every English learner does. Every single one.
Every single one. Even us in the beginning.
Even us. So what is the topic today, Olivia?
Today's topic is how to stop translating in your head and start thinking in English.
Yes, no more translating. No more, okay, first I think in my language, then I translate to English, then I say the words.
That's too slow.
Way too slow. And today we have 3 big ideas to help you stop doing that.
3 easy, practical tips. You can start using them today.
But first, if this is your first time here, welcome. We are so happy you found us.
And if you like what we do, please subscribe, follow, or leave us a rating. It really, really helps us reach more learners like you.
Okay, are you ready?
Let's go. Okay, Jacob, before we start the tips, let's talk about Tom.
Oh, Tom. Poor Tom.
Poor Tom. So Tom is a student. He's learning English. He studies a lot. He knows many words.
But Tom has a problem.
A big problem. When Tom wants to say something in English, he thinks in his own language first. Then he translates every word. Then he tries to speak.
And what happens?
It takes a long time. By the time Tom is ready to speak, the moment is gone.
Someone asks him, "Hey, Tom, how was your weekend?" And Tom thinks, "Okay, weekend. How do I say this? I went to the park. Park. How do you say went?"
And the other person is just standing there, waiting.
Exactly. Tom calls this his nightmare. His English nightmare.
A nightmare is a bad dream, a scary dream. But Tom uses it to describe this feeling, this slow, stressful feeling when you can't speak fast enough.
Nightmare. Let's say it together. Ready? Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Good. Now you try. Pause the podcast and say it out loud. My English is a nightmare right now, but I'm getting better.
Did you say it? Great job! Tom also says he feels slow. Not slow like a car or a turtle, but slow in his thinking. His brain feels slow when it has to translate.
I feel slow when I translate. Good sentence. Very real, very honest.
Can you relate to Tom? I think many of you can, and that's okay. That's completely normal at the beginning.
The good news is there are ways to fix it, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Okay, tip number 1.
Tip number 1 is use pictures, not dictionaries.
Ooh, I love this one. Okay, so when you learn a new word, what do you usually do?
Most learners open a dictionary. They find the word in their own language. They think, oh, apple means manzana, or whatever the word is in their language.
And then their brain connects apple to their own language word, not to the fruit.
Exactly. So when they hear apple, their brain goes, apple, translation, then they understand.
One extra step, one extra second, and those seconds add up fast in a real conversation.
So the tip is, when you learn a new word, find a picture of it, not a translation, a picture.
You see a picture of an apple. You think apple. You see the apple in your mind.
Now when someone says apple, your brain goes directly to the image, no translation needed.
Let's practice. I'll say a word. Close your eyes or just look up and try to see a picture. Ready?
Ready.
Coffee.
I see a warm cup, steam coming up. Beautiful.
Beach.
I see blue water, white sand. The sun is bright.
Dog.
A happy dog, running, tail wagging. Love it.
Did you see the pictures too? Not the words in your language, the actual pictures?
That is thinking in English. Your brain skips the translation and goes straight to meaning.
And the more you practice this, the faster it gets.
So here is your homework for tip 1. Next time you learn a new word, Google the word plus image, or draw a little picture next to it in your notebook.
Even a stick figure works.
Even a stick figure. The point is, connect the English word to a real thing, not to another word.
Love it. Okay, tip number 2.
Tip number 2 is called narrate your day.
Ooh, narrate. That's a new word, right? Let's explain it.
Narrate means to describe what is happening, like a sports commentator on TV. They watch the game and they say what they see. He runs, he kicks, he scores.
They narrate the game. They describe everything out loud.
Now you can do this with your own life.
Your life is the game. You are the commentator.
Exactly. So you wake up in the morning. In your head, you say in English, I am waking up. I am turning off my alarm. I am getting out of bed.
You make breakfast. You say, I am making coffee. I am cutting a banana. My quick breakfast is a banana.
My quick breakfast is a banana. That sounds so natural, right?
It does. And the beautiful thing is, you are using English for real moments, real things in your real life.
You don't need a classroom. You don't need a textbook. You just need your morning routine.
And here's the key. You don't translate. You think the English words while you do the action.
So your brain connects the English words to the real experience, not to a translation.
Let's practice together. I'm going to describe something I'm doing right now in simple English. Ready, Olivia?
Ready.
Okay. I am sitting in a chair. I am speaking into a microphone. I am looking at my notes. My notes are on a white paper.
Great. Now me. I am wearing headphones. I am drinking water. The water is cold. The cup is blue.
Simple, clear, present tense, no stress.
You can start with just 3 sentences in the morning. Just 3.
I am waking up. It is Tuesday. The weather is cold. That's it. 3 sentences. That's your start.
And every week, add a little more. Maybe 5 sentences, then 10. Then your whole morning is narrated in English.
And here's a phrase for you to remember. I am.
I am is the most powerful phrase in English for beginners because you can finish it 100 different ways.
I am learning English. I am getting better. I am having coffee. I am feeling happy.
Write it down. I am.
Now, pause the podcast and say 3 I am sentences about what you are doing right now. Go ahead, we'll wait.
Did you do it? That's amazing! You just narrated your day in English. How does it feel?
Good job, seriously. That was real English practice, real thinking in English.
Okay, now for our favorite part, the trick.
The trick is so simple. Are you ready?
Change your phone to English.
That's it.
That's it. Go to your phone settings right now, today, and change the language to English.
And why? Because your phone is something you use every day, many times a day.
When you see a notification, it's in English. When you check the battery, it's in English. When you open your camera, take photo, English.
This is called passive learning. You're not sitting in a class, you're not studying, but you are learning.
Passive means it happens without big effort. You just live your life and English is there.
Passive learning. Say it. Passive learning.
Passive learning is everywhere if you set it up right.
Phone settings, that's one way. But here are a few more.
Change your social media to English.
Watch YouTube videos in English. Even if you don't understand everything, that's okay.
Set a reminder on your phone in English, like time to drink water or go for a walk.
Now your phone is your English teacher, and it's always in your pocket.
And here's the key thing about passive learning. It builds your English brain.
Your English brain is the part of you that starts to feel what sounds right in English. Not translate, feel.
Like when someone says, "I go to the store yesterday," you feel something is wrong, not because you know the grammar rule, but because it doesn't sound right.
That feeling comes from lots and lots of passive exposure.
Listening, reading, seeing English everywhere.
And your phone is the easiest way to start.
So right now, seriously, pause the podcast, go to your settings, change the language to English. Come back and tell us you did it.
We are waiting for you. Welcome back. Did you do it? If yes, you are already a different English learner than you were 5 minutes ago.
That's not a joke. That small change will teach you hundreds of words over the next month.
Passive learning, working every day while you just live your life.
Okay, let's do a quick review because repetition is how we remember. Ready?
Ready.
Tip 1. Say it with me. Use pictures, not dictionaries.
When you learn a new word, find an image, see the thing in your mind. Connect English directly to real life.
Tip 2. Say it with me. Narrate your day.
Describe what you're doing in English, out loud or in your head. Start with 3 I am sentences every morning.
And tip 3. Say it with me. Change your phone to English.
Make English passive. Make it part of every moment of your day. Let your phone teach you while you live.
And the key word today, the big idea, is think in English. Don't translate, see the picture, say the words, feel the language.
Think in English. Say it.
Think in English.
Okay, we are almost at the end. But before we go, community question time.
Yay! Every week we ask you one question, and we love reading your answers. Seriously, they make us so happy.
This week's question is,
What is the first thing you do in the morning?
answer in English. Even one sentence is great.
For example, the first thing I do in the morning is check my phone, or I drink coffee first, or I sit in bed for 10 minutes. No judgment.
Leave your answer in the comments. We read them. We respond to them. You are part of this community.
And remember, you are not alone. Millions of people are learning English right now, and you are one of them. And that's something to be proud of.
You showed up today. You listened. You practiced. That's a win.
A big win. So good job today, really.
See you next time. Keep practicing. Keep thinking in English.
And remember, every day a little better. Bye.
Bye, everyone.